In this video, we will see the new concept from dynamic programming, that is longest common subsequence. In short, we call it as LCS. So before this, we will see its definition. It is defined as the longest subsequence that is common to all the given sequences, provided that the elements of the subsequence are not required to occupy consecutive positions within the original sequences. Now, this is a longest common subsequence. Now, here subsequence, it is a sequencing of the characters from the given string. It is a sequencing of a characters from the given string in increasing order with respect to their position. Now, to understand this concept, longest common subsequence, we consider one of the example. Now, when we have given the example or the problem of longest common subsequence, in that we have given the two sequences, and from that two sequences we have to find out the longest common subsequence. Now here in example we have given the two sequences, that is S1 and S2. These are the two sequences, and here the sequence is given, that is A B C D, and for S2 it is B C D. Now here we have to find out the subsequence. Now for these two sequences we have to find out the longest common subsequence. So here first of all what we will do, so first of all we have to find out. Now here you can see that the number of characters is given, so these are very less. So therefore in that case what we will do, so manually or just by seeing that, so here we will write the subsequences for S1. Now the subsequences for S1. So what can be the subsequences for S1? So that we will write within the bracket. Now here for this S1 only we can write AB as a sequence. So A comes first and then B comes. So therefore AB will be our subsequence. Then in the same way we can write AC. So here you can see that A is the character comes first, and after that C comes. So therefore AC can be a subsequence. Now in the same way AD can be a subsequence. So AD can be a subsequence. So here AC and AD, this can be a subsequence. In the same way we can find out the other subsequences. For example BC can be a subsequence. In the same way BD can be a subsequence. So in this way we can write the different subsequences. Now when we have to find out the subsequences, these subsequences, it can be a single character, it can be more than one character like this, or here we can write BCD, so BCD, or we can write ABC, or we can write ACD. So all these are the different subsequences. Our last subsequence can be ABCD. So this can be the different subsequences. Now here understand one more thing, that here AB is our sequence, AB is our subsequence, but here we cannot write BA. So here if we write BA as a subsequence, then in that case, now in this case B comes, now here A comes first and then B comes. So therefore our subsequence can be AB, but our subsequence it cannot be BA. So therefore such subsequence not belongs to S1. So here again, here we have find the subsequences for S1. So in the same way we have to find the subsequences for the S2. So here we will find the subsequences for S2. Now here within the subsequence only three characters are there, B, C, D. So we can write the possible subsequences, that BC, BD, BCD, or it can be a single character, so B, C, D, in this way. So here we find out the subsequence for S1 and for S2. Now what we have to find out? So we have to find out the longest common subsequence, and for that we have given these two sequences. Now if we see the subsequences for S1 and subsequences of S2. So here we will find out the common subsequences. So the common subsequences, it can be the BD. So these are the common subsequences. But we have to find out the longest common subsequence. So the longest common subsequence, here you can see that BCD is present in both the subsequences. So here we can write the longest common subsequence, it is BCD. So this is the longest common subsequence, and the length of longest common subsequence, it is 3. So why 3? Because here this longest common subsequence, it consists of 3 characters. So therefore the length of longest common subsequence, it is 3. Now, this is a simple example. If it consists of less number of characters, then in that case we can solve it like this. But if we get the two sequences with more characters, then in that case we will solve it in another way. So that way we will see here. Now here, to solve this longest common subsequence, we will use the dynamic programming. So using dynamic programming, we have to find the longest common subsequence. So here x and y is given. So for x, the sequence is given, and for y, the sequence is given. So such type of a sequence is given, and for that we have to find out the longest common subsequence. Now, to solve this example, now what we have to do? So first we have to create a table. So when we have to create a table, we consider that here n is the dimension or the length of x sequence, and m is the length of y sequence. Now here you can see that here x, it consists of total 5 characters. So n, it means the length of the x is n, so that is 5. So here the length of y is m, it means it consists of 4 characters. So therefore the value for m is 4. Now these are the length of sequence x and sequence y. So as we said, so here we have to create a table. So that table it should be in n plus 1 into m plus 1. So here n plus 1, so already I told, so the length of the sequence x is 5. So 5 plus 1, it is 6, into m plus 1. So the value for m is 4. So 4 plus 1, it is 5. So 6 by 5 table we have to create, and in that, so the first row and first column are filled with zeros. So now first we will create a table. So here I draw a table. Now after drawing a table of 6 by 5, dimension. So here total 6 rows are there and 5 columns are there. So now from the second column we write the sequence y. Our sequence y is C, B, D, A. So this is our sequence y. Whereas on this side we write A, C, A, D, B. So this is a sequence for sequence X. So in this way, here we write sequence X or here we write sequence Y. Either you can write sequence X over here or and the sequence Y can be right here. So here we write X on this side and Y on this side. So here we will initialize our table. So uh, according to our first step, our first row and first column are filled with zeros. So therefore we write here 0, our first row and our first column filled with zeros in this way. Now we have to fill each cell of the table. So therefore we will use certain logic. Now here you can see that here we will have the blanks. Here we have to write certain data. We have to fill this cells. So therefore we will write certain logic or we will use certain logic. Now our logic can be that if the character corresponding to the current row and current column are matching, then fill the current cell by adding 1 to 1 diagonal element. Now if our current row and current column are matching, then fill the current cell by adding 1 to the diagonal element. And when we fill the current cell, after that we have to point an arrow to the diagonal cell. Now this is when we have the current row and current columns are matching. Now what now if the current row and current column are not matching, then in that case we will take the maximum value from the previous column and previous row element. We will take the maximum value from the previous column and previous row element for filling the current cell. And here we will point an arrow to the cell with maximum value. So here we have to fill the current cell, and after filling the current cell we have to point an arrow. So with the maximum value, if they are equal, point to any one of them. Now we will use this logic to fill all the cells of the table. Now to fill this cell, we will see the current row and current column. So the current row is A and current column is C. So A and C, these are the two different these are the different characters. So therefore we will take the maximum value. So here we will take the maximum value from the previous column or the previous row. It means when I want to fill this cell, so we have to consider either this 0 or this 0. So here maximum value is, so both are equal, both are zeros. So therefore we can point to any one of them. So therefore both values are 0. So therefore I will write 0 over here. Now when we have to write 0, at the same time we have to point it by an arrow. So when we have to point an arrow, so we have to point an arrow to the cell with maximum value. So here both cells are having 0 value. So either we can give an arrow horizontally to this side, which is pointing to this side, or we can write an arrow in the upward direction, which is pointing to this cell. So here I will write an arrow to this side. Okay, so after this again we have to fill this cell. So when we have to fill this cell, so we have to see the current row and current column. So current row is A and current column is B. So both characters are not matching, so therefore we will take the maximum value from the previous column and the previous row. So from these two characters here, the maximum is 0. So both are equal, so we can take any 0. Now for here, for this we can consider that this 0 comes from this side, from this above row. So therefore I draw the arrow in this way. You can draw the arrow in the horizontal side. For example, you can draw an arrow like this. Okay, so here I draw an arrow like this. Now again we have to fill the value for this cell. Again we will check the current cell, that is current cell. So here we have written A and D. So A and D both are not matching, so therefore again we will take the maximum value. So as we have seen, when both cells are not matching, then in that case what we will do? So we will take the maximum value from the previous column and the previous row for filling the current cell, and we will point an arrow to the cell with maximum value. So the same thing we will do over here. Here A and D are not matching, so therefore we will write 0. So we consider that this 0 comes from the above row or the previous row. Now here we have to fill this cell. For this cell we can see that here we will have the row as a 1A and column as a A. So when both cells are same, then in that case we have to add 1 to the diagonal cell. We have to add 1 to the diagonal cell. So here the diagonal cell, we have to fill this cell. Its diagonal cell is this one. So here we have to here we can see it is 0. So we have to add 1 to this diagonal element. So 0 plus 1, it is 1. So therefore we will write here 1. So after that we have to point to a diagonal element. So here we have to point to the diagonal element. So therefore I will draw an arrow like this, which is pointing to the diagonal element. Now in this way we filled this row. In the same way we have to fill these other rows also. Now here we will see the second row. So C and C both are the same characters. So here both are the same characters. Then in that case what we will do? So in that case we have to add 1 to the diagonal element. So here we have to fill this cell. So the diagonal cell is this one. So 0 plus 1, it is 1. Now after writing in cell, we have to point it by an arrow. So like this. Okay. So again we have to fill this cell. Then here C is given and here B is given. Both cells are different. Now when both cells are different, what we will do? So we will take the maximum value from the previous column and previous row. So to fill this cell, we consider this cell and this cell. So here 1 and 0 is given. So maximum in between this, it is 1. So the maximum value is 1. So when we write this cell, so where this 1 comes from? So this 1 comes from this side. Okay, so this 1 comes from this side. So therefore we will draw an arrow like this. Now after that we have to fill this cell. So again we will compare. This C is given and D is given. Both cells are different. So therefore we will take the maximum value here 1 and 0. From this the maximum value is 1. So this 1 comes from this side, so therefore our arrow will be like this. Again, C is given and A is given for this cell. Both cells are different. So therefore here you can see that 1 and 1 is given. So both are equal. So we can take any one of them. So here we write 1 and we consider that either you can write such type of arrow over here, horizontal arrow, or we can write the vertical arrow. So here I write the vertical arrow. So in this way we have to create this table. Now here to fill this cell we have given A and here we have given C. So here A, C both are different. So we will take the maximum value from this 1 or 0. So the maximum value is 1. So we take this 1 from the previous row. So therefore arrow is given. Now after that A is given and B is given. So both are the different cells. Both are the different characters. So we will take either maximum. We will take the maximum value from this one or this one. Both are equal. So therefore we write here 1. Now after writing 1, so we will draw an arrow. So here I will draw the arrow in the vertical side. Again A and D is given, both are different. So here both are equal values are there, 1 and 1. So we write here 1. After writing 1, we have to draw an arrow. So here I write the upward arrow. Now here A and A is given, both are equal. So here we have to add 1 in the diagonal element. So here diagonal element is 1. So 1 plus 1 it is 2. Now after writing the value we have to draw an arrow like this. So this we filled this row. Now next this row. So D and C. So D and C, these are the two different characters. So here we will have 0 and 1. So the maximum value is 1. So we will take this 1 from the previous row. After that, now here you can see the D is given and B is given. Both are different. So we can take any value from this because both are equal. So here we write 1. We consider that this 1 we will take from the previous row. Again D and D is given. So both are same. So when both are same, what we will do? So we will add 1 to the diagonal element. So this 1 plus 1 it is 2. So here it comes from the diagonal element. So therefore we write an arrow. Now after that here we can see that here D is given and A is given for this cell. So both are different. So here both values are 2. So therefore we write 2. So either you can write here horizontal arrow or the vertical arrow. But here I will write the vertical arrow. So in this way we will write the last row. So B and C both values are different. Now therefore we will compare this 0 and 1. So from this the maximum value is 1. So therefore we will write 1. So this 1 comes from the previous row. Now here B and B is given, both are same. Then in that case we will add 1 to the diagonal element. Now we will add 1 to the diagonal element. So 1 plus 1 it is 2. Now after writing the value we have to draw an arrow in this way. Now after that we have to fill the value for this cell. So here B is given and D is given, both are different. So therefore we will take the previous row and previous column value. So that is 2 and 2. Both are equal. So we can take any one of them. So therefore we write 2 over here and we will draw an arrow. Now after that the last cell is remaining. So here B is given and A is given. So B and A both are different. So here you can see the 2 and 2 is given, both are equal. So we write here 2. Now we take or we write an arrow like this. Now when you will complete this table, now after that we have to take the last cell. So the value in the last row and last column is the length of the longest common subsequence. So the value in the last row and last column is the length of the longest common subsequence. So here you can see that the longest common subsequence, the last row and last column, it shows the value 2. It shows the value 2. So therefore we can write the length of longest common subsequence, it is 2. So the length of the longest common subsequence is 2. So now here we have to find the longest common subsequence. We find the length of the longest common subsequence, that is 2, but now we have to find the subsequence. So here we will start from the last element and we will follow the directions of the arrow. So here we have to select the cells with diagonal arrows. Here we have to select the cells with diagonal arrows. So here, as we said, we see the last row and last column, it consists of 2. Now its arrow will show that where we have to go. So here arrow is shown in the upward side. So we will go here. Again 2 is given, here the arrow is given, so arrow is again shows to the upward side, so therefore we will come here. Now here we have given the diagonal arrow. Now we have to select the cells with diagonal arrows. So here the diagonal arrow is given, so we have to select this cell. Now this cell, it belongs to here the way. Here the character A is given on both sides. So therefore, we will write the longest common subsequence. So this longest common subsequence, we write it from the right side to the left side in the reverse way. So here we got the diagonal cell, it consists of A. So therefore, we write over here A. Now, this diagonal element, a diagonal arrow, it points to this cell. So therefore, we will highlight this one. Now it points to the previous column. So we will come here. Again it points to the previous column. So again we will come here. Now it points to the diagonal arrow. Now as I told that we have to select the cells with diagonal arrows. So here, diagonal arrows. So here we will select this cell. So this cell consists of C on both sides. So C is given. So therefore our longest common subsequence, it consists of C. So longest common subsequence, it's CA. Now here we have given this arrow or the diagonal arrow. So this diagonal arrow comes from this 0. So here from this 0. So here the longest common subsequence is CA. So here you can see that we create a path according to the arrows, and according to this we get the longest common subsequence. Now here, as we said that this will be one of the answer, that CA will be our longest common subsequence. With this we may have the different longest common subsequence whose length is 2. Now here, as we can see that here our arrow is showing to the, or it is showing to the upward side or the previous row. So therefore here our answer is CA. Now we consider that if this arrow, it points to the previous column. If this arrow, it points to the previous column, it means instead of this row, instead of this arrow, we write this arrow to here, then our answer will be. Now another solution can be like this, that here we will highlight our last row, last column. So it shows to the previous row. So we will highlight it. Now after that we will highlight it. So here it will point to the diagonal arrows. So we will select here the diagonal arrow. So this diagonal cell, now this cell, it points to B. So therefore our length of common subsequence, it is B. And after that, now it points to this cell. So this cell, it is pointing to the previous row. Now this cell is pointing to this diagonal element, to this. Now this cell is pointing to this diagonal element. So this cell, it is pointing to which character? So that is C. So therefore we write here C. So here, now this cell is pointing to this cell. So here you can see that now this is the path which shows our longest common subsequence, that is CB. So here last row, last column, it shows the value 2. So therefore these are the two characters. So this can be a longest common subsequence, that is CB. And for this example and from this table we got the longest common subsequence as a CA. So these two are the different solutions. Like this we may have the different we may have the another longest common subsequence with the length 2. So this is about the longest common subsequence. Thank you.